Griz Nation, I'm your host Grant. Today's show, me and Gavin Smith sit down with the NCHS Softball team, as well as roll call, all coming up on Griz Nation. Keiper, Gavin Smith with you, and we're now joined by the NCHS Softball team with senior Abby Hillary and head coach Griz Shaffer. So coach, you guys have practiced for about 2 weeks here. Just kind of tell us how those 2 weeks have been. I know the weather's kind of gotten involved, but just kind of tell us how you've been able to manage those 2 weeks.
Well, luckily we got outside for 3 days and had real nice weather. So we got some good infield, outfield in, a little bit of scrimmage, seeing some live pitching and bunting. And then when we're inside, we're limited.
Yeah.
But, we hit off the machine and just field in the gym. We just do what we can do because this is normal March weather for softball, baseball.
It's West Virginia, too, so it's gonna be changing all the
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, real quick. So you also got as well, we were supposed to scrimmage tonight.
Right.
That's gotten canceled. So just kind of tell us about how you're going to go straight into this gauntlet of a schedule.
Well, we'll just practice hard and go Pikeview Thursday and play hard. We've got a good bunch of girls. I think we're pretty good, pretty solid.
Abby, as a player, how have you been seeing these past 2 weeks of practice?
It's been pretty hard since we've been inside, but we've been able to get a lot of swings in. But we've been able to get outside a few times in scrimmage, and it gets the younger girls ready to see what they're going to be facing. And,
get them ready for the season.
Yeah.
So Shaffer, just kind of tell us kind of who's in the region here. Who are the 8 teams we're going against, or the 7, I guess?
Okay, well, we got Hoover, they're always tough. They're a repeat state champion and stuff. Last year we played them really tight, 8-5 down there, and then when they come here, they beat us a little more, but we still played well with them.
Yeah.
If the girls will play hard, we can compete with them. But they're tough. And then we've got Greenbrier East, and they're always pretty solid. Capital, we're not playing, couldn't get a game with them. Pikeview, we beat them twice last year, but they improved to second game, so they're not just going to be a walk-off game and stuff. Shady is always tough. We always go win 1 or 2, lose 1 or 2 runs with them.
Always even,
yeah, they're always pretty good, but of course they had 2 transfer to Independence.
Yeah.
So that'll make them a little weaker, but they also got a new coach.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. But they're always, that region is just tough. It's just tough.
Yeah.
What do you think about your newer players, your new freshmen?
Oh, some of the freshman girls are really good.
Yeah.
They're real, well, they play travel, which helps immensely with high school. Because if you don't play travel and then you just come in and swing, start in March, and
You're kind of rusty.
Yeah, and you're behind the other kids that are playing and putting the time in, the work in.
So Shaffer, how many kids do you have on this team?
21.
21. So pretty good numbers there.
Right.
Also, so you mentioned Hoover. Do you think they're going to be the team to beat this year?
Yeah, I think
Who
so.
do you think is going to be the top teams in the region?
It'll be probably them in East, I would say. What do you think, Abby?
Yeah, I
Those
agree.
top 2? Yeah.
So as a player, how do you prepare for those teams?
Well, we talk to the players and tell them just to focus, because if we focus, they're a beatable team, but if we don't focus, they're a tougher team. But we just work on our hitting, because our hitting is, as a team, what we struggle most with. We're pretty strong defensively, but when we hit, that's what we need to work on.
Yeah. That live pitching is always really
Speaking of pitching, how is your pitching going?
pretty good.
Our pitching's pretty good this year. Last year, I was the only pitcher, and it was pretty rough, but we have 3 good pitchers this year.
That's good.
So you got 3 good pitchers. That'll be good.
Yeah.
If you have to rest, you got other ones up there that can also carry that as well, Shaffer. Because softball, baseball, pitching is a very big deal.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is. If you don't have pitching, you're not going to be in the ball game, that's for sure. But she is throwing hard this year, really hard.
Yeah.
Probably harder than last year. She threw good last year, but just watching her, she's throwing really hard. And then we've got a freshman that throws pretty hard, too. 2 freshmen, really, that throw well.
So Shaffer, can you explain to us how the region playoff kind of works? How teams are going to make it to the state tournament and AAA?
Well, the top 2 from the region go to the states. They used to have sectionals, now they've cut that out and they just do a region. So the top 2 go to state tournament.
Yeah.
So is it just all 8, and then is it double elimination, or is it single?
It's double.
Okay, and then it's top 2
Mhm.
make it to state. So it'll be 8 teams in states, right? So from
Well,
each
4
region?
regions.
Yeah, so 8
Yeah.
teams. Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
How good do you think your chances are for playoffs this year?
I think that if we just got to get our hitting.
Yeah.
If we get the hitting going, I think
Once
we're
you
going
get
to
that,
be
you're just going to be rolling.
right.
Mhm.
I think so because pitching's good, our defense looks good, and our base running looks pretty good this
Yeah.
year too. With the freshmen, some
Mhm.
freshmen are
Pretty fast.
Pretty fast, yeah. And then we've got some sophomores, juniors that are
Yeah.
fairly quick.
So Abby, your first game's at Pikeview. How do you prepare for that game?
Pikeview's one of our more, it's a straight into a region game, and they're a pretty tough team. They have a really good pitcher up there. We beat them last year 2 times, but we shouldn't take that for granted. So we just really need to work on our hitting, and then I think we got the game.
You know, you also got, you guys have 4 games, you know, in a week span here. So how are you guys going to prepare for that, you know, coming up?
We just got to go out there and do it because softball, baseball, you're kind of crammed in 1 month
Yeah.
because of our weather is so bad.
Mhm.
So sometimes we get lucky and play the last week of March, but you cram them all in, so they're used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course they gave us an extra week in May, which is good because we don't play the region until the 2nd week of May. Used to be first week of May, but
And you guys play so many games.
mhm.
When those games get canceled, they normally don't get rescheduled as well.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
With that many games, do you usually go into another game tired, or you ready to go?
A lot of the girls go into the game tired because we're all tired. Once we get to like Friday of the week, we're pretty tired, but you just have to deal with it.
Yeah, keep on going.
Now, can you guys play double headers? You know,
Mhm.
and would you make some of those games up that way? Because that's one thing we talked about the baseball as well. You know, the weather's just kind of in these early months of spring are always
Mhm.
normally so bad. You
Right.
struggle to get games in.
Right. Yeah, we do that some. If like it's a team in our region and we need to play them twice, we will do that. But we go to Ritchie County and play them in Chapmansville, a doubleheader, and then we have a doubleheader here at our field with Ritchie and Ripley.
Yeah.
So we do play doubleheaders.
So how do you prepare for a double header game?
We have to keep our stamina up because it's right back to back. That's all we have to do, really. We just gotta, since the games are usually earlier in the morning, we have to get ready. We usually practice hard on Friday for the game. We try and go to bed early, and so we'll be good for the next morning because we usually have to be there pretty early in the morning.
Coach, as a coach, how do you prepare your team for each game?
Well, we've been running some.
Running.
So you just gotta have built that endurance and stuff. And when you do the drills, they're moving quick stuff because you have to have good, quick hands, quick feet
Yeah.
to field. You know what I mean? Even and hit, you gotta have quick hands.
Mhm.
So we do a lot of drills that promotes quickness, but then we do the running
Yeah.
for endurance.
We talked with this about the baseball guys. Do you guys play on turf? Away some.
Hoover has a turf field. Ripley, I heard, just got a brand new turf field.
Yeah. And does that impact your guys' game any?
Yeah, a little bit. It bounces a little bit more, but I don't know. I think we adjusted well last year when we played with Hoover on their new,
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
complex that they've got.
Really nice complex over
Oh,
there.
it is. It is.
So, as a player, how is it adjusting from maybe a grass field to a turf field or vice versa?
Personally, as a pitcher, it's easier to pitch off of turf because you don't have to deal with that divot. But as a base runner, you also have to figure out how to slide without going like 10 feet past the base.
Yeah.
So you just have to tell the girls to adjust and sometimes you have to switch your cleats because you can't wear metal cleats on turf. But I think it's not too bad to adjust, but some girls it's probably hard because you have to work with the bounces are different for fielding.
Yeah, so the fielding can play a factor just because on a grass field you can maybe get a bounce, unlike a turf field.
Yeah. Which we know you're a pitcher. Do you play any other positions?
I play second base.
Second base.
So Shaffer, is there anything else you would kind of like to tell us here?
I'll come out and watch some games.
Yeah, you
Everybody
guys.
get out there and
Support
support
the
the
team,
team.
Yeah, you guys start the first 3 games of your season away, and then you guys come home from Midland Trail.
Yeah.
That's the 26th. So hopefully a lot of people come out and support you guys.
Right. Well, we've got bad weather in March, so
Yeah.
that's why I do a lot of away games because our field,
It's
Yeah.
always soaked.
Oh, it's soaked all the time, yeah. And then you got other fields like Hoover with the turf and Ripley with the
You don't
turf.
got to worry about it as much
No.
as the turf.
So do you try to schedule more turf games earlier in the season, knowing that those probably won't get rescheduled or canceled?
Right. Well, and places where I think the weather is better than our weather.
Yeah.
The chance of getting it in.
Yeah.
And then it gets, in April, mid-April, second week or first, it starts getting warmer, so then we can come and play on our field.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. Abby, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I don't think so. Just come support and watch us.
Well, we appreciate you guys stopping by.
all right. Well, thanks for having us.
Welcome to Roll Call with Grant and Brody. Brody, what are we on the roll call today?
Well, for softball starting, we'll have 3 away games: Pikeview, Buffalo, Herbert Hoover. Then we'll have a home game, and that's Midland Trail. And those all start at 5:30. Then we'll have an away game with Ripley at 6.
And then we also got baseball here starting. We got the home opener for the Nichols County Grizzlies baseball team against Clay County starting at 6. Then they're going away to Liberty. That game starts at 5:30. Then they're home for a 3-game stretch starting with Greenbrier East. That game starts at 6. And the next 2 games starting at 5:30 against Shady Springs and Midland Trail. And then making a short drive down to Pikeview. That game starts at 5:30. Brody, who are we going to shout out to?
Well, we have a shout out to our beloved police officer, Stevie Mullins, my friend.
Thanks for watching Griz Nation. We'll see you next week.